Hello, Tier 1 wrestling fans. I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. A Savior Amongst Us is in the books and very good show at St. Finn Bars in Brooklyn, New York. The Wrestlers Laboratory pre-show, as they present Quick the Antidote, kicks off things as we begin with Jess Neff defeating Andrew Palace. Out comes Jackson Smart, who was wearing a blue shirt and suspenders, and said he still hadn't found someone that he was looking for. Up next, we saw Danger Kid defeat Xander Litt. Then our next matchup, we saw Sully Banger or Banger defeat Aiden Agro, and out comes Jackson Smart, and he's trying to recruit Sully, but from the crowd comes the colossal Mike Law, and he's aligned himself with Jackson Smart, and he announces that he's tired of being underutilized by the Wrestlers Laboratory and Tier 1 Wrestling, and that things were going to change. And then in the main event of Quick the Antidote was Maxwell Jacob Feinstein defeating Craven Varro, and Maxwell's definitely someone to look out for, and he's going to be something for years to come, I think. Then it was time for the main show, as we saw Flawless and Lawless, Flawless Blake Morris and Rex Lawless defeat an officer and a gentleman, Dan Barry and Chuck Taylor, to kick off the show, and that was part of Bracket B of the Tag Team Tournament. Next matchup, we saw the IndyCard Mafia defeat the Contract Thrillers, Christian Casanova and Mr. Grimm. After the match, Mr. Grimm did a number on Casanova, giving him a spinning tombstone pile driver and then placing him in the body bag. Then out comes Federated's unpredictable Jay George. He hits the ring, and he announced that his scheduled opponent, Matthew Riddle, wasn't there, and he issued a challenge to anybody, and out came the future Sebastian Cage. And we saw Jay George defeat Sebastian Cage, but then out comes the rest of Federated, Mr. Martinez, VSK, and Ace Romero, and Martinez gives Jay George a low blow and basically has given him the boot, but out comes the elite athlete Mike Orlando with a chair. Romero, Martinez, and VSK bail from the ring, but Orlando waffles Jay George with a chair and rips off his shirt, and it turns out he had a Federated shirt on, and Mike Orlando, very suitable replacement in Federated. Then at that point we had the final fray of elimination. We saw it was VSK versus Ace Romero versus Black Baron versus Sonny Kiss versus Randy Summers versus Darius Carter. Randy Summers was eliminated first. VSK was eliminated second. I believe Ace Romero submitted to somebody. Sonny Kiss put away Black Baron. Darius had faked a knee injury. He came back in the ring and ended up pinning Sonny Kiss to win the final fray. And as a result, he gets a shot at the Tier 1 heavyweight title in the future. At that point, they did go to intermission. And we had, after intermission, we saw the Breakfast Club, CPA and Francis Kipling Stevens defeat the Stallion, Anthony Lacerra, and Jesse Vane in a good tag team matchup. Next, we had women's action as The Rack, Nikki Adams, defeated Allie Rex. Up next was another match in the tag team tournament as the Sons of Brooklyn, Talon, and the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, took on Certified Sexy, Gino and Nutrius. During the matchup, General Romero comes out with the American flag, raising the ire of Verna, and he went after him. Talon was left alone. Certified Sexy capitalized, won the match, and advancing in the tournament. And then at that point, Logan Black, Joey Ace, and Juba of the Cutthroat Kings hit the ring, doing a number on Certified Sexy. And then they took the microphone saying they're going to win the tag team tournament, and I forgot what else they said. The main event was scheduled to be Rude Boy Riley defending the heavyweight championship against Gran Akuma. Unfortunately, Akuma did not show up. Darius Carter comes out and he says, hey, earlier tonight I won a six-way match. and I get a title shot. And before anything could happen, out from the crowd comes Ryan Gallione, and he attacks Riley from behind, and he and Carter do a number on Riley until Damian Sandow comes out, and they end up having a tag team matchup. Sandow decided to be, I guess, Damian Riley of Rude Boy Sandow. He unveiled he was wearing Riley's trunks underneath his own. Eventually, Carter and Gallione picked up the victory. And very good show. And it seemed like the crowd was a little up. I had more people there, maybe due to Sandow being there. Bigger crowd than 1 year later last month. But it was great seeing Melissa, Mike McNicholas, Hyro, Brandon, Jeff, Stella, Thomas, Pete, Christian, Nicole, who eventually arrived, Carlos Suarez, Peter, NYWCite Steven Scogan. Oh boy. Alright, well, Tier 1 Wrestling joins forces with Warriors of Wrestling as they present Empire State of Mind next Friday night, August 19th from St. Finn Bars. Already announced that night, Sonny Kiss goes one-on-one with Dick Justice. Darius Carter defends his Warriors of Wrestling No Limits Championship against Mr. Athlete Jeff Cobb. Max Caster defends the Creative Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship against Maxwell Jacob Feinstein. And also, before there'll be a pre-show from Pro Wrestling BAM. I forgot what the BAM stands for, which is their pre-show will start like 5:45 p.m. that day. But definitely a very good, will be another great presentation by Tier 1 Wrestling. And Dennis, I was checking all the tables. Nobody had any Tier 1 Wrestling shows on DVD, man. I'm wondering what's going on, because I really want to get my hands on Rumble in the Concrete Jungle, which was my first Tier 1 show. The awesome March to Victory, which was held at the American Legion, and definitely 1 year later that took place last month. And because this is my second Tier 1 in a row, and August 19th, Empire State of Mind will be my third Tier 1 in a row. And I forgot to mention, great seeing Anthony Cole. Ah, man. I forgot what else we got going on this show coming, and I'm sure the tag team title match tag team tournament's going to continue to crown new champions. So Tier 1 Wrestling definitely had another great show.